Yeah, hello. Hello, viewers. Good evening, wherever you are. I'm Okachuku Okore. It's my pleasure to talk to you briefly today on the matters arising. I said NSAS. We've seen what is happening in Nigeria, so I just want to, in the next half an hour or thereabout, just to highlight a few things that I feel resonate with most of us. Let's look at it. I just want to share my views on these things. And first, we've seen the protest for the third week, what is happening, and a lot of things, a lot of information are flying around. But before then, I thank God for giving us the grace to see this day. Many people we've seen did not reach up to this day, even in during this period of great anxiety and uneasy situation in Nigeria. We've lost a lot of people. I pray that their soul repose in God and peacefully. For those of us who are related to them, I pray that God give them the heart and the strength to bear this irreparable loss. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Yes, we've seen the direction of this protest, and many things are coming up. I just want to highlight a few issues that I've been thinking about. I take this as a revolution in the sense that what we are witnessing is a revolution, although many people may try to argue about it, but it is a revolution. Revolution must not necessarily be war. There could be change, serious change of such magnitude without a high number of, a high degree of violence and death. But a change is a change. This is a revolution by the youth of Nigeria. But what makes it good is that it's unprecedented and marvelous in our eyes. Many people did not envisage this kind of thing happening, including the Buhari, President Buhari, calling Nigeria once upon a time lazy youth. But the youth have shown this time that that was an aberration, that they are not lazy. The change can come from them. You can help us share this video, because I've always said it, though I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time, on this Facebook platform. They've always restricted me. They told me that they will be restricting me from anytime I go live on their platform. Having said that, matters are arising from these issues. We've seen the palliatives across the length and breadth of the country. We've seen in state capitals how people are now discovering palliatives that are meant for this COVID-19, how it's locked up, and a few have died as a result of this rushing for this palliative. These are part of the things we are talking about, part of the stuff the youth are protesting. You can imagine a whole lot of food items are locked up. Some of them in some states have started decaying, going bad. People are hungry while these things are locked up. And that is why they say anybody who makes a peaceful revolution impossible makes it a violent one inevitable. I've seen some videos going about messages trying to calm people down. Many are agents of those that are meeting their Waterloo, those that are meeting the anger of the youth that are trying to change the narrative. And this is what we've been suffering. You will see some a section of the country who are campaigning that they want the country divided, in as much as the country is big enough for everyone. We've seen issues like this are what borders most of them, whereby a revolution of this magnitude that can change the course of the country to go on a better path. Myopic tendencies are coming up, trying to redirect its destination, trying to change the narrative, trying to bring in clash heads, trying to get it to tilt towards ethnic tensions. And after that, who knows? They will start playing up the religious card. These are the things we are facing in Nigeria. And that's why it's difficult for the country to move forward, because we have failed to tell ourselves the truth. We have failed to stand up for truth. We have failed to be on the path of truth. And that's why some of us support this revolution that is going on. Yes, in as much as we are losing souls, but it is incumbent on us to support, no matter whose ox is God, what is right. If we say we want a better holistic Nigeria, then we must stand up for truth. We must stand up for truth, no matter whose ox is God, no matter who is involved. We cannot just rob Peter to pay Paul, or we keep serving those who are still against us. We've seen the youth. We've seen how they've been demonstrating. Generally, the protests and the revolution has been quite peaceful until agents of the states came in and started maiming the protesters, killing them, intimidating them. You will see the videos going around, and attest for yourself. Many of us do understand the situation, the true state of the country, Nigeria. But out of fear, or out of falling victim to their tool of governance, which is poverty, we cannot stand up to the right things. The politicians are the same. They are the same. Check out across the states, from southwestern states to southeastern states and southern states, even in the north. I saw the video from Plateau. We see warehouses stuffed with enough food for the people, yet people go about hungry. And when action is taken, some begin to complain that the youth are going violent. Why wouldn't they be violent on those who are mortgaging their commonwealth? I mean, Nigeria is enough for everyone. Nigeria has a lot of riches for everybody. Nigeria has a lot of riches for everybody. We have both human and material resources for the country. Look at the food items. This will tell you the intention of the leaders. I mean, we should be talking about hanging these leaders, so-called leaders, because they are not true leaders. If you have what it takes to save your people, you are not giving it to them. Then, why should you lead? Why should you survive? I mean, you should even be hacked to death. So why should we be talking about relaxing this protest that is going momentum? We are caving in into this divisive narrative, ethnic narrative, and the religious narrative that is coming on. We must stand up for the truth. There's nothing like the truth. We've seen the evidence there. There's enough food for people, yet the people are hungry. You can imagine at the height of the COVID-19, when it started, many of the states imposed curfew and told people to quarantine in their homes, yet there was no provision for them. Even workers can't get their pay. And we've been seeing, if that the youth did not protest, or this revolution did not start, we wouldn't discover these foodstuffs that have been stashed away. Is this not the height of wickedness? Then why should we have mercy on them? And look at what's happening. People are turning it into an ethnic narrative, trying to pitch the Igbos against the Yorubas. Because for the first time, the Igbos and Yorubas have risen up in unity to sort the problem. And that is the problem of, in as much as we have other strong nations. But when it comes to the South, the majority nations, they have been the problem in the South. The Igbos and the Yorubas. This, their bickering, have deterred the progress of the country. And now that there's a newfound understanding between these two nations, we saw how this NSAS gained momentum. And this is the only thing we need for a better Nigeria. I mean, if we want a better Nigeria, we must be truthful to ourselves. When we campaign against the Fulani oligarch, I don't really hate the Fulani, so to say, but it's just that what is happening in the country. We've seen the direction of the country. We've seen the way how they are taking the country, the direction they are taking the country to. When we say Buhari is not around, because we know that ordinarily, in as much as Buhari is as a dictator, we know cannot just be alive and Nigeria will be tilting towards anarchy. And the evidence abound that there's something fishy going on that they don't want everyone to know. And that is why we want this revolution to be sustained, because we want to unmask that character behind that mask. When we say that there's a character behind that mask, you and I, in as much as you may argue that it's not true, but you know that there's something fishy. There's something fishy behind the scene. There's a drama going on in Asorok that they don't want us to know. And this revolution is gradually unmasking it. But because they have stashed away billions in cash, using hunger, poverty to manipulate the people. So you can see, thugs are easily mobilized with the patriotism to go and maim and kill and intimidate those protesting for their own future. Brothers and sisters, if we don't rise up and take a stand now, the worst will happen. I mean, the worst will happen. In a revolution, I mean, there should never be peace for the wicked. Anyone that is holding the progress of the people, any of the so-called rulers that is sitting on our welfare should be hanged, should be summarily executed. I mean, you can't be doing good things and we talk about you meeting hard times or getting dealt with. We are not praying. We don't intentionally deal with anyone who is on the good side of the people, because there can never be a revolution when things are going well. It's only when peaceful changes are demanded. If it doesn't come, then violent change is inevitable. And we've seen, if our youths do have jobs, if they are well taken care of, thousands of them wouldn't burst into the streets to start demonstrating or start risking their lives to emancipate themselves and their people, kith and kin. It's terrible. We must sustain this struggle. It is a struggle that needs to be sustained. And in this week's edition of the paper I did, Africa World, we talked about the youth ending the Fulani hegemony. When I say the Fulani hegemony, we've seen the direction of the country, that they are bringing in their people from all part of West Africa to take up land belonging to indigenous Nigerians, and we must not keep quiet to that. They are the ones at the forefront of suppressing this revolution, using our people who are now their lackeys, those they can they've appointed, those they have imposed on us as governors, those they have imposed as our new elite. They are now the ones sabotaging. A lot of things are happening. We'll see what is happening in Abuja. How people's hard-earned investments are destroyed. Not even those who looted. We know those who have been looting the treasury. I mean, they never have any company. They never manufactured any goods to have gotten cash from that. People who went into politics and within 1 or 2, 3 years, they are millionaires and billionaires. We know all of them. We know our public servants, those who, out of corruption, made a lot of money. We know all of them, but we want to protect them. That is why we need to let the youth sustain this revolution, because if we don't sustain it, we are in for more trouble. We are in for more trouble. If we don't sustain it, brothers and sisters, I think the worst is yet to come. They're going to make out laws that it will be tough to rise. When I talk about Fulani hegemony, you talk about what all the wrongs that have been happening in Nigeria, and this is the first time Nigerian youths are rising to say, look, enough is enough. I don't think we have really made our points heard, because the people we are dealing with are monsters. The people we are dealing with are very wicked. They are inhuman. They can do anything. Look at common food that are meant to be shared to the people cannot be shared. They've just locked it up, stashed away this food. They are happy that these things sink, decay, instead of the people eating. So this kind of people, do we need to have mercy on them? We can't have mercy on them, because they don't have our interests at heart. There's no need pretending. There's a quote I said that Nelson Mandela will be happy in the grave that Nigerians have finally risen up to end neocolonialism. Because we think we are smart, yet we are not. If we say we are the big brother in Africa, then we must show example. We must show example to African countries, because I'm aware that the British establishment doesn't want our progress. Forget about anything. They want us to keep begging them for visa, to keep lining up from here, kilometers of line up, waiting to go to visa. They want us to keep drowning on the Mediterranean Sea in order to come to Europe, when we have abundant resources and in human too. But we're not making use of these things. We are just afraid of a Fulani oligarchy that migrated from Guinea into our land and lording it and ruling over us. And when we talk, people say we are talking. No, we are not talking against the Fulani. We are against their intentions of taking our land. We are against their intentions of mortgaging our future. We are against their intentions of making us slaves in our own fatherland. This revolution must continue. We must find a way to sustain it. If we don't do this, our kids will grow up and still suffer the worst. They will suffer worse than we did. I mean, we can't keep running away from our land. Look at where we are living, going away. Fulanis are coming from all West African countries. Even if Facebook, like, they can just make it only one listener. But we have to say this. It is important. The odds are against us. Lots of forces. They are against our rights. They don't want us to breed. They don't want us to progress. They don't want us to move forward. They want us to stagnate. They want to emasculate us. They're using the Fulani. Imagine, keep borrowing. We have lots and lots and lots of resources, yet we'll keep borrowing. And Nigerians are keeping quiet. They want us to keep quiet. They just want us to languish. You don't want us to talk. It's terrible. It is happening. I mean, people must talk. Whatever happens, these people are human beings. We must confront them head on. In as much as some of you have issues with Nnamdi Kanu, he has been saying the truth. I mean, the only language these people understand is violence. Yes, they may have everything that's needed to be have. They're in control of power. They control the levers and machineries of authority. They have the cash, but we will not keep quiet and they send us to our grave. We will not keep quiet and we become the Hausas. Look at how the Hausas have no voice at the moment. They can't even say anything. They're emasculated. Over 100 since the conquest of Hausas in early 18 something. They've been down. The British even came and saw them and got into alliance with the Fulanis, knowing fully well that the Fulanis are foreigners, that they migrated from Guinea. They're not losing anything. They are using our resources to trade, to take charge over us. Look at, somebody can just migrate from Cameroon or Niger or Chad and become a minister. The other day you heard it when Atiku Abubakar was accused that Atiku Abubakar is a Cameroonian. Yes, they have relatives in Chad, Niger, and the Cameroons. Many of you do understand what we have been passing through. Just gaining entrance into the university, you will have to get as high as the cutoff mark. But someone with just 3 or 5 or 10 over 400 will get admission into the school. And at the end of the day, get choice job, lord it over you. I mean, for how long must we keep quiet and this thing will keep happening? When will this stop happening? Can't we take the bull by the horn? Nobody is going to do this for us, if not us. No one is going to fight this battle, if not us. We must stand our ground. It is important that we stand our ground. The United Nations is not going to do anything for us. They're not going to do anything for us. No world power is going to do anything for us, unless they see what we are doing. If they see us challenging the status quo, if they see us challenging the system, if they see that we are bold enough to call a spade, then you see them coming on. What we want is to sit down and discuss. Even if we say we want a new Nigeria, we must be able to sit down and talk about a new Nigeria. But these people doesn't want us to talk about a new Nigeria. They want us to become their vassals, like the Hausas. They want to lead when they don't have the blueprint for a land of prosperity or developing the country. They want to subject us to become idiots in our fatherland, and they are imposing non-entities as our rulers and leaders. Look at, as the protests moved on, the governors ran away because they know they are not popular. They know if they are popular, the youth will not frighten them because they know they are on the wrong path. All of them. Helium Bombo. What do we do? You and I have a role to play. Everybody must not. Must not go to war. We're not even waging a war. We don't want war, but we want a system that works. And they don't want it. Look at the address by the man that called himself Buhari. To the best of my knowledge, the person inside that Asorok is not Buhari. I've assessed it myself. I've investigated it myself. I've monitored this situation since 2017. That is the year that he's been accused of dying. He is not Buhari. They have been using Nigeria because of the fact that Nigerians can take shit. After all, fella sang it in a song, suffering and smiling. We can take anything. It is a country, people are suffering, they are still smiling. When you rise up to challenge the system, you see your brother will even be the one to sabotage you. It is terrible. I don't want to waste your time, but we must sustain this movement. It is important to sustain this movement because no one is going to do it for us. That is what I want to say at the moment. It is inherent in us to keep pushing. We must sustain this movement. Anyone that makes peaceful change impossible makes a violent change inevitable. Thank you and God bless you.